what are the biggest cost drivers for county government? I'm Jill Horner. This is Comcast Newsmakers. With me this hour is Tom Kovach. He is the Newcastle County Council President. Thanks for being with us.
My pleasure, Jill.
I hear this quite often from local government, from county government, that some of the biggest cost drivers have to do with personnel.
Absolutely. In governments like governments in Newcastle County, which are focused mainly on providing services relating to land use and public safety, a large amount of your costs are going to be personnel related. And here in Newcastle County, our costs, about 75% of our operating budget, are costs associated with our current employees at about $1,500 and our retirees at about $1,250. So 75% of our budget is associated with personnel. And, you know, with challenging economic times, with shrinking budgets, with declining revenues, in order to, quite frankly, attack the budget in a way that we can make sure that we're running the government in an efficient way without raising taxes, we have to address the cost associated with those personnel.
But yet at the same time, as a government entity, you're working to provide services to taxpayers. So the services are provided through these individuals who work as your employees.
Absolutely. But that doesn't mean that we have to, because these costs are associated with employees, that we have to waste that money. As a matter of fact, we could use this as an opportunity. The county government, like most of our governments, has grown dramatically in the last 10 years because we had incredible growth in real estate transfer, which funded a larger government. Well, now when we have a smaller government, a smaller revenue stream coming into our government, we need to figure out how to be more efficient. We're not talking about, draconian measures like layoffs and drastic salary cuts and furloughs yet. But if we don't get a handle on our budget, we might have to. So you look at things like consolidation. You look at things like reducing the cost of benefits so that they really don't affect the quality of life for your employees, but you can save money. You can save money in the areas of health care coverage, pension benefits, things like that.
So let's talk quickly then about healthcare. You mentioned healthcare. How are you insured as a county?
We hire an administrator, which is currently Blue Cross, to administer, and we are self-insured as a county. So costs that we absorb paying for healthcare are borne directly by the county. So what we can do is offer incentives to individuals to reduce our costs. Well, how can you do that? You have generic drugs, non-generic drugs. Generic drugs are much cheaper and serve the exact same medical function as a non-generic drug. But the non-generic drugs can be up to 10 times more expensive. The difference in the copay is minimal. We raise the copay for non-generics, therefore discouraging folks from buying those expensive drugs. We lower the copay, actually saving people money on generic drugs, allowing us to provide health care coverage, prescription medicine at a much lower cost while delivering the same services. We can also do things like raise deductibles, but then give the employees a health savings account. So if they run into a circumstance where they have a large event, that health savings account can be moved over. And if they do the preventative maintenance that lowers our health care costs as a county, we can add money. If you're a female and you go in for your annual visit, we'll give you an additional $500 for your health savings account. It's a way to encourage savings while providing the same level of health care coverage to the employee.
Now, in addition to that, let's talk a little bit about some of the ways in which potential costs could be saved. What about the idea of public-private partnerships or even public-public partnerships?
Absolutely. As a county, we're relying on our employees to do everything for us. Well, there are nonprofit organizations out there, like Newcastle County Chamber of Commerce, which is focused on business development. If we partner with them, which we do in some aspects, we can actually more effectively and efficiently, by partnering with them and giving them some resources, they can use those resources in a much more efficient manner than the government can. If we increase that partnership, instead of establishing our own business development fund, give that to them and let them run it, we can save money.
Thanks so much. We've been talking with the president of the Newcastle County Council, Tom Kovach. I'm Jill Horner.